Hello YouTube. Old Powys Rider here. It's the 1st of February and I'm on my way to the yellow van for a spot of lunch. What I'm doing today is testing out a new acquisition. I've just purchased a Keis Heated jacket, the full sleeved version, and I've got it on now, and this is the first time I've worn it. I only bought it yesterday, so it's the first time I've worn it, and I want to see how it performs. Up until now I've had a Keis vest, a sleeveless vest, which has kept me toasty warm, but it's getting on a bit, and I thought I'd just have a look. I'd heard people rave on about these jackets, so I thought, yeah, let's get one. And so I've got the Keis Heated gloves on, the 701 shorties, and I've got the heated jacket. I think it's a 705 or 505. I'll put the actual model up when I do the editing, but I've had them on now about 3 or 4 minutes since I've left home, and I can feel the warmth. I've got the jacket on half power and the gloves on full power, and so I'll see how they get on, and I'll update you further along the trip. But one little point, I've already done this bit of road this morning, and I had to turn back because there was no heat. I couldn't, when I switched it on, I felt a gentle heat, and then I noticed my gloves had gone off, so I quickly figured it was a fuse, and it turned out to be a fuse. Well, of course, I just plugged it into my existing wiring, which was the fuse was good enough for the vest and gloves, but not good enough for the full jacket and gloves. I mean, a vest and glove draws about 3 amps, I think, and I had a 5 amp fuse in, and the jacket alone draws 7, so understandably it popped. Anyway, I've been back to the house. I've put a 10 amp in, and so far so good. I'll get back to you in a few miles and have an update on how it's performing. Again, we're passing Irwood Station, which is a coffee shop as well as an art gallery, and they're open now. The last time I went by they were closed for their winter break, but they're back open, and I'll have to pop in there soon. But it's for a bike ride, it's only about 2 miles from the house, so it's a bit close. My little yellow van's about 20 miles, so it makes a bit more of a ride. Not a bad day today. It's dry, cold. I imagine, sheep about. I imagine it's only about 3 degrees, something like that. The sun is there, but it's not actually shining too much today. But still a lovely day for a ride. Is that a flock of starlings? I doubt if the camera's picking that up, but almost mini murmurations. Well, maybe the camera will pick that up. What a stunning view that is. Well, I hope it did pick that up, and they're all on the line. Look at them all going across the road. It's amazing what you see on a short trip, isn't it, really? I'll be glad to see the yellow van. Because of that fuse, I'm running about half an hour late, so tummy's starting to rumble. Right, well, I've done about 15 miles now, and what do I think of the heated gear? Well, the jacket is absolutely lovely. I mean, the vest was fine, absolutely fine. I never got cold with just the vest, but this is a real step above that. It's warm right round the neck. The collar is warm as well, so well, I'm delighted. They're not cheap. I mean, it was well over 200 quid, but yeah, I think it's worth it. I can feel the heat on my back, and the obvious difference is I can feel heat on my arms. I didn't really suffer from cold arms, but it's quite nice to have warm arms. The gloves, well, I haven't got cold hands. I mean, I mentioned this before. I find the gloves very weird, but they do the job. I can't feel any heat in them at all, but I know there is heat in them, and I've got warm. My hands are fine, absolutely fine. And on 3 degrees by now, I think they'd have been feeling the chill. From the waist down, I've just got Revit jeans and a pair of Amazon long johns underneath, a pair of my regular riding boots with sealskin socks underneath, and I haven't had any issues with legs or feet all winter, so I'm happy there. But I wear this Merlin jacket, but today I took the liner out, the thermal liner that comes with it. It just unzips out, and I took that out, and all I've got on under the heated jacket is a thermal vest, a long sleeve thermal vest, and I'm absolutely toasty. In fact, as I say, I've only got the jacket on half power. I doubt if I'll ever need it any warmer than this. I suppose if one was doing a long trip, you may be grateful of full power, but my winter trips tend to be just the yellow van, a bite to eat, and then a loop round to get back home. Works out at about 50-60 miles, which is great to get the bike going, get me out. Come spring, when the weather's a bit warmer, I go a bit further afield. But no, absolutely delighted. If this is anything, this is lovely. I mean, it really is a step up from the vest. I tell you what I've done with the vest. I rewired it, and I'd like to sit in my shed on days when I'm not riding and just ponder what I'm going to do and listen to music. I think a lot of us must do that, or I hope a lot of us do. I hope I'm not the only one who does it. Anyway, I've got a spare battery there, and I rewired the vest so that when I'm sitting in my chair in the shed, I can clip it to a battery and keep warm. I tried it yesterday, and that worked fine for me. So it's not going to be wasted. It's now my shed vest. Here we are, just going up to the A44, Hereford to Raider Road. We're going to take a left here at the Forest Inn. I said I can't feel any heat in these gloves, and my hands aren't cold. Well, they're not. They're nowhere near cold. And I have tested them on the bench, and yes, I can feel heat in them then. I just can't feel any heat in them when I'm riding. They do warm up, obviously, but I've never actually thought, oh, that's like I can feel the jacket, I can feel the warmth on my back, but I don't get that feeling with the gloves. But as I say, my hands are warm, so I'm no complaints. I've got them on full power, and obviously people say sometimes they switch them down. Well, I can't feel any heat, so I haven't switched them down. On other days I have tried riding with one glove switched on and one off, and yeah, the one with it off, they're pretty good gloves anyway. I think these would be a good winter glove without the heat, but I did feel the chill on the hand with the glove off. So they obviously work, it's just me, I guess. Right, we're not far from the yellow van now, just a little way down here. Looking forward, I think I'll have a sausage and bacon bap. That sounds nice, doesn't it? And a nice warm cup of tea. There's the sign. And there she is. Flags are flying. It's open. I've just stopped off at Irwood Station and bought a couple of takeaway cakes to enjoy at home with Mrs. Old Powers Rider. Have a nice warm cup of coffee when I get back and relax. Anyway, this is the end of my trip today, so I'll say goodbye. And thanks very much to all who've subscribed, and if you haven't, I'd appreciate it if you'd think about it. It's absolutely free, and it's good for the channel, so give it a bit of thought. If you'd like to, please do. I'll catch up with you again pretty soon. Bye for now.